Hello, everyone, and welcome to the campaign. I'm the Wombat of DM, and tonight we are on session 23 of our Seregen campaign. We've been going for 23 sessions here on this channel, and hope to do plenty more than that. With us, we have 5 adventurers who have set out on this journey. Below we have, first of all, Belzian.
Yo, I'm Belzian Gilkis, the half-elf monk. He's half-elf and presumably half-human. Yeah.
I'm playing Roger Mays, the Wood Elf Assassin. Wood Elf Assassin? Yes, he would.
I'm playing Ulrich Oakenhearth, the Human Paladin. Funny joke.
And laughter.
Oh, sorry. Jaeger, I'm playing Yarvik the Halfling Ranger, half the size, all the fun.
I am Zippo, the Kobold Warlock, the most aggressive little fella you ever met in your life.
Atomic, thank you for the subscription. And welcome once again to the legendary Wombat crew. And also, as an NPC, we have Jordan Bordolo, the Human Bard. Well, guys, welcome to the session. We've been in hot pursuit for the last couple sessions, right? Been following this dude named Shadow across Seregen, going through plains and forests and rivers, oh my, and crystal fields and whatnot.
We deliberately went around the crystal field.
That's true. Yes, you didn't go through, but
Somebody took a crystal.
that's true. So,
If that was a solid plan.
yeah, we'll see if that holds weight. But in the meantime, ultimately, we've been pursuing Shadow for good
Week? At least.
230 miles or so across Seregen. That's quite a ways, for sure. And the reason we're pursuing Shadow is because Shadow killed the king, and the group is hunting him down to make him pay for his crimes. They have also found out that he is indeed the former Prince Gerard, one of the brothers of the king from the succession wars back 4 years ago. So that's all fun. So we ended. What was that?
Not at all traumatizing for some of us.
Yes, some characters had some connections to this character in the past. So we did end session last time with us breaking for the night, doing a rest, and I'm going to start us off in the morning of that day. So it's the next day, which means it is the 22nd of Sun's Whisper, which is funny because it's also the 22nd of the second month in real life in the year 2022. So there's some great twos to be had in this Tuesday evening. It's just a lot of coincidences there. Had to mention it.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. And we get to experience it more than most. So, ha.
We get some twos in chat.
Yeah, twos in chat, please. Twos in chat. All right. Well, good morning, folks.
making the breakfast this morning?
And is it going to be duck sausage?
I think it's Zippo and Yarvik again.
Wait,
Do
I
you
have a
all
solution.
feel long rested as well?
It was long enough.
Okay.
Yarvik is feeling particularly well rested and decides to cook up a hearty breakfast of the remaining duck sausage because he's tired of carrying it and it's probably getting a little gamey at this point. So
All right, so Yarvik prepares breakfast for everyone. What a nice guy. Zippo, do you need me to bring up your character for you to roll today again?
I got it to where I can look at it, but I can't roll.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, till D&D Beyond lets me go, oh, you can log in now. But I'm sure it'll work itself out, you know? I'm just gonna have to put a timer on so I can... What's 120 hours? 5 days?
Yeah, roundabout.
Yeah, I'll put a timer so in 5 days I'll put an alert to let me know that I should get an email, and if I don't, to message them back.
Yeah, it's 5 days exactly.
Ooh.
Good math. All right, so everybody has taken their long rest, correct? All right. Zippo, it looks like you're good. So I'll do you a long rest anyway. Just in case.
I feel full of ki and HP and duck sausage.
That's good.
I'm certainly full of pee too. Excuse me. Once, at some point during the morning, obviously we're going to look at the map and see what kind of headway our target has made, if any.
Okay. Seems like you guys are on similar clocks in terms of resting versus movement pattern. Like you can't actively see the dot moving unless you sit around for a while. You know, the globe only is zoomed out so far. And as you know, a watched kettle never boils. So, it does look like he's no longer moving quite as easternly as he once was, and now it's more of a northeast.
Okay, so he could have took it off and threw it and left it, or he's tripped into a random pit somebody set here plenty of years ago and snapped both legs.
Oof, that would hurt.
I'm personally voting for the second one.
So that's some wishful thinking there, Zippo.
Hopefully it's not another boulette pit.
That's true.
As long as it's not a boulette wheel.
A what?
We should definitely continue pursuing him.
All right.
Bad puns aside.
I don't think about that one. Yeah, let's get going.
Back up camp. We're full of energy and food. Let's go.
All right. Jaeger, could you roll a D? Woo.
D2?
D2, yeah. No,
Is it calm?
a D8, please. Okay. All right. So, anything different from the last couple days of travel that you guys are utilizing, or kind of same old, same old?
It's same old,
Okay.
same old, probably.
Yeah.
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 If it ain't work, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
Right.
Okay.
If it ain't fixed, don't break it. Again.
Too late for that one.
All right. So, oops. Gonna just move your figures. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Good. Okay. So, the ground at this point, the area of the forest is getting thicker. It's no longer as open as it was earlier in the forest. You remember how I described that the overhanging trees were large and there wasn't as much brush underneath or things to navigate through. The forest has now gone a little bit more dense. The trees are still, thicker and whatnot, but there's a lot more thorns and underbrush and things that grip at you as you go past, and you kind of have to maneuver your horses a bit more carefully through this. You'll still make similar time, but I'd like animal handling rolls from everyone, please.
Guess who's back?
Whoa.
Okay, so our first roll for the night was a 22. This is weird.
Woo.
I mean, our first roll for the night was a 3.
Oh, I mean,
that is the 22 of the D8.
right, yeah.
If you round, see, if you take 8 and you subtract 3 and you add 47, and you then subtract 42, and then add a cow and then subtract a pig, you get 22.
This is why kids can't understand new math.
Even with modular arithmetic, that doesn't produce a 3. It would be 6 on a D8.
All right, so Ulrich, you're having a harder time maneuvering your horse, and your horse ends up taking 1d6 worth of damage, which is 5 damage, as your horse is injured. Zippo, your dog being low to the ground and you also being low to the ground, you're both going to be taking this damage. And both of them get a 6. You both get 6 damage from just scratches and things from the. I mean, it doesn't seem to be that bad, but like over time, it starts to wear you down a bit. You know what I mean? It's like riding a bike through a briar patch continually, right? You just can't seem to find a good place to like ride your horse where you can avoid it. Roger seems to be having a hard time too, but just seems to be doing a little bit better than you two. And, it makes sense that Yarvik is, doing this pretty easily. He's kind of used to being in the force. This is his element, right? Which is why I guess he's in the lead of the group. He's the leader, the first person in line.
He's also our navigator and our tracker.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The party layout. You want somebody beaten, you get Belzin. You want to be led or tracked, you get Yarvik. You want somebody killed without anybody knowing, you get Roger. You want somebody that'll pay for everything. You get Ulrich. You want
Want
somebody that'll
holding
burn down a
everybody
building.
to know. Yeah. If you need everybody to know that somebody's dead, Zippo.
Yeah.
You need somebody to stop everyone from doing all of those things. You get Belzman. Hey guys, be reasonable.
Oh, what does Jordan do?
He's
Jordan's
the
just the
team
beauty of
mascot.
the team.
He's
Our
the mascot.
mascot, right?
He tells us what our magical items are.
If you want something identified, you call Jordan. All right. So you're still keeping pace with Shadow, but it's kind of an arduous day, a fairly grueling day. But fortunately, you don't seem to encounter much of anything in the way of creatures in this area of the forest. I'm actually going to move your globe a little bit closer. It seems like as you continue on that you have made some gains on Shadow. So you work at this for about 8 hours worth of work, probably stopping somewhere in the middle to rest a little bit or eat, or just kind of clean your wounds before you go on. Is anybody doing any healing to heal any?
I'll take care of so it was my horse, Zippo, and Brunhild.
Yes.
Took damage. So I have 25. I have a pool of just 25 that I can heal that all up with. So it should be 17 of that spent if I did the stuff correct.
6, 6, and 5 is 17. Yep.
Yep. Cool. So I'm spending 17 of that to heal everything up.
Okay. So at this point, you as a group are less than 10 miles from Shadow at this point. It is getting to evening. I know we asked the question yesterday. Is the party interested in continuing tonight or resting and...
Definitely rest. It looks like Gerard's already getting exhausted from running so long. Probably because he ran through the night that one time and just hasn't had the chance to actually rest up since. So, no need for us to exhaust ourselves when we get to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
I
if
agree.
he goes
It's,
through the night, he's not going to make it to the wall, right?
Now that we're close enough to him, we could probably call him on the ring. What we could do is wish him a good night, and then ask him, "Hey, are you awake?" And if he doesn't say anything, we'll know he's asleep.
But how will we know? We just have to keep asking. Hey.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a mile radius. It's not. So we're about 10 miles out now.
Thought it was 50 for some reason. Ah, yes. Being exhausted sounds exhausting, so I vote for rest.
Yeah.
All right. So, as the end of your travels today commences, you're looking for kind of a nice patch, more of an open spot to lay your heads and make camp. And I'd like perception checks all around, please. Zippo, you got a 6.
Sounds about right for me.
Just realized I didn't roll an animal handling check for Jordan, so good thing he rolled well. And let's do perception. All right. Roger and Jaeger, as you guys are looking for a place to make camp, Roger, you spot in the distance, and then Yarvik, you also spot soon thereafter, lights dotting out into the woods. Like, you both spot a ball of light in 2 different directions from you.
What directions?
So
like facing shadow.
there's one light that's due north of you, Roger, and then Yarvik, you point out one that's southeast. And as you are observing those lights, are you alerting each other to those, or kind of keeping an eye on them, or what's your reaction?
I'll definitely, using the ring of communication, I'll address the party and point out the light that I see.
Yeah, the same. In Yarvik's experience in the forests, is this something that he would know about? Is this something he's encountered before?
Let's do a nature check.
I'll roll that one also.
Okay. Just from one single light, nothing really rings any bells, but as you're eyeing the lights and alerting your compatriots to the lights that you see and noticing the other lights that the other has pointed out, you notice as you look around that there are more lights that are appearing in the woods. There's some to the south, there's some to the east, there's some northeast, there's some to the west. These lights are appearing, they're not close to you at present, but they seem to be gathering in number and growing closer. And judging from their shape, their color, and their number, Roger, you recognize these balls of light as will-o'-the-wisps. Right now, there's probably about 25 that you can see from your current position.
What do I know about will-o'-the-wisps?
From your 20, you know that they are dangerous, that they have been known to lead people, to fascinate people and lead them away from the group, and that people don't come back once that happens. You know them as forest spirits. Sometimes they are benevolent, sometimes they are hostile.
So, friends, these are will-o-wisps, little forest spirits. Uh, sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. There's a lot of stories of people being kind of led astray by them and never coming back. And we're starting to see, like 24.
One other thing I'll give you from your roll. Generally, will-o'-the-wisps are solitary creatures.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Alright, so, what exactly should we do about this? I mean, like,
do you say
when
about-
you say they're... when you say they're
Two
friendly...
dozen solitary creatures. Yeah, do you think they're friendly, or do you think they're not friendly? Do you think 24 versus 6 is a fair fight?
I feel like if we try to talk to them, we can get it.
I mean, they're surrounding us, right?
There seems to be some in every direction you look, yes.
You think they can climb trees?
They basically are like just floating balls of light.
Oh.
I don't think they need to climb. I think they can just fly. Might be better to just like go to sleep and ignore them, or I don't know. Keeping watch might even be dangerous because they can fascinate you. They can steal you away.
But couldn't they fascinate you if you were asleep?
Oh no, you can't see them.
I think if you can't see them, they can't see you.
Oh, so it's the pulling up the blanket over your head theory of. I mean, I got nothing better. Yarvik is clueless here.
I mean, if we really wanted to be safe, we could all blindfold ourselves and go to sleep. Except for me, because I can't go to sleep.
Right, I mean... should we maybe just move a bit?
That's the tricky part, is that they're on all sides of us.
One wonders if Shadow's dealing with the same problem.
What if Shadow sent them here?
Yes,
It's true.
probably it.
Well, back to sleep? No watch? What do you figure?
Oh, you haven't made camp yet, so this is happening.
I thought we still had made camp.
Yeah, this is happening while you were looking for a camp. A place to camp.
I mean, do they seem like they're moving towards us quickly, or...
The closest one seems to be about maybe 100 feet away.
Oh, so we could totally ride over to one if we wanted to.
Yes.
If we wait like a couple minutes, are we okay with waiting a couple minutes and seeing what happens before we decide to do anything?
Yeah.
I think we're good. We're here to a point where we're not going to have much choice. So
Yeah.
Just observe.
Yeah, it's just underground, I guess. Observe.
All right. So you're waiting 6 seconds, or are you waiting? How long are you going to wait?
I think at least a couple of minutes, unless something happens in the intervening time. But if it still seems like they're getting closer, we'll just wait until they're close enough to talk to.
Okay. So as you wait and watch, you see that the 25 lights have increased, especially toward where you came from. In fact, the woods seem to be brighter than you've seen them since you've come into the forest, the barbed forest. If you recall, there's a lot of foliage cover or tree cover, so it's been a pretty dark journey in this forest. But these balls of light, these wisps, seem to be lighting this forest almost like it was day. The lights that gather more plentiful to the southwest of you seem to, as more balls of light gather in that direction, they tend to glow brighter, and they start kind of moving with each other in almost a rhythm. The orbs that you see around you all seem to be heading in that direction, but as the light grows and more wisps gather, it seems to be growing ever closer to you. And as you're watching this, I'd like give me one sec. Like everyone to make wisdom saves, please.
Do I get my elf bonus again versus charm effects on this?
You do.
Okay.
Belzian also has advantage against being charmed.
Well, doesn't matter. Got an 8.
I'm not gonna roll another one though. Quite the light
you could
show,
always
hey
crit
fellas.
again.
You can't crit on saving throws, can you?
Yeah,
No, we could roll a 20 again.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration point and roll again.
Okay.
Oh Christ! Well, an 11's better than an 8.
I don't think I have any auras yet. Double checking.
All right, so as the group is watching this dance, this movement seems to bring warmth and a feeling of peace to Roger and Yarvik. Being that they're the two that spotted these wisps, they kind of you both feel the urge to get off of your horse and begin walking toward this grouping of creatures.
I will immediately dismount my horse.
Whoa, now where are you guys going?
No, I'm going off over this way.
To the big bright lights
Yep.
that only seem somewhat ominous and dangerous?
They don't seem that ominous and dangerous.
Ah, fuck.
Uh,
Hey, buddy.
yeah, Roger,
What
you
reaction?
feel like a wave of pleasure roll over you as you start heading that direction. You feel like happy, like you could laugh. Yarvik, what are you doing?
While everybody's talking to Roger, Yarvik has snaked his way underneath and around the horses, and he's just strolling off towards the lights, kind of whistling a tune and smoking his pipe and kind of just kind of humming to himself, having a grand old time.
You feel wonderful. You haven't felt this in tune with nature since before you met Belzian. The rest of you who have passed this saving throw feel that warmth for a second and then shake it off. And you're filled with a sense of dread and unease at what you just encountered.
Hey, guys, come on. Get back on your mounts.
I feel very uneasy and dreadful.
So
Don't you?
don't be silly, Ulrich. Look at what you've done to your mount all day. I'll walk, thanks.
All right, well, walk with me this direction. And Ulrich's trying to pull him the direction away from, the southwest that he's heading.
Are you going to get off your horse and come chase me, or you're going to chase me on your horse? That's probably more
I'm definitely like on the horse, like kind of like trying to get in front of you and nudge you the right direction.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is Ulrich is kind of riding up ahead of you and kind of trying to cut you off and usher you back the other way.
Yarvik's trying to convince everybody to come. It's super cool. He's kind of almost having a euphoric, almost psychedelic moment. He's trying to convince everybody to come with him. Come on, guys! It's so good. Just come on back here. It'll be good. It's so great.
Yarvik,
No.
you must be joking. This is a big scary light in the middle of the forest. Where are you going?
this is a big friendly light in the middle of the forest. Come on. Everything will be fine.
You can almost touch it. You just kind of reach out and feels all
no.
warm on your fingertips.
You guys not remember the last time we dealt with something like this that you two agreed upon? It was a bad idea all the way around.
I don't remember agreeing with anybody on anything.
Exactly. You never do. So you agreeing with them should point out that there's something wrong.
Methinks this is strange, fellows. Should we split into two groups and tackle these guys?
Yeah, I'll take care of Roger. You grab Yarvik. I'm up and get him on a horse and get the hell out of here.
Hearing the word tackle, I'm gonna try and dodge roll past Ulrich's horse and dip.
It's a Dark Souls roll.
I got a +8 acrobatics. We're going for it. I still can't roll above a 10 to save my life, but
I would like to use Belzian's athletic prowess to try to restrain Yarvik if he's not gotten too far away.
Well, you've got quite a move compared to him. He's a halfling, you're a monk, so I'm going to say you catch up to him easily and then try and lay on the tackle.
I'm just saying, wait, they have your book. I'm telling you, they have your book.
No,
I
let's
can
just hug it
feel
out.
it.
Let's
It's right
just
over
Hug it
there.
out. Quiet. Just hug me. Hug it out. There we go. Shh. Yes.
All right, so Belzian, make a athletics check. Yarvik, if you're resisting this, make an opposed athletics.
I think Yarvik is probably too stoned. He's too mesmerized. He's too in his euphoric, like, trippy stoner state. He's kind of reaching out over Belzian's shoulder, like, but it's so close. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, the feeling isn't like making you hostile to your friends, so that makes sense. It's just you want nothing more than to go in this direction.
Yeah, it's from what I gather, it's a compulsion. Right?
Yes.
It's a compulsion to act.
Yeah. Roger. So you've made an acrobatics check to get away from Ulrich. Ulrich, what are you doing to combat that?
Yeah, Ulrich's not gonna get off his horse. He's gonna straight up lasso.
Okay.
Yeehaw!
Do you have
Rope.
go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, I have rope. I guess I don't have it tied into a lasso, but
not quite.
yeah. I guess that's a good point.
You could just hit me with the rope.
Yeah, no. He'll realizing he hasn't tied a lasso, hop off the horse and say, "Come on, you dumb idiot! Come on. This is not what you want. I promise."
Ulrich, doubting his rope tying abilities, decides to dismount and try and corral Roger. So are you making an athletics check to try and stop him?
Yeah, he's gonna try and grapple him.
Okay.
And that is 25.
Okay.
I literally can't beat that.
Yeah. So, you try, Roger, you try rolling away from Ulrich, and Ulrich kind of dismounts and grabs your foot in one smooth motion and kind of pulls you backward. Both Yarvik and Roger still feel this compulsion despite being grappled at this point.
I'm telling. Look. There are both ancient tomes of knowledge and wagons full of delicious duck sausage. Can't you smell it? It's right over there. Right over there. Just duck sausage and lamb sausage and goat sausage and fish sausage. It's all over there.
Some of the wisps that were heading toward the glowing dance behind you have stopped their progression toward it and started heading in the direction of the group.
Oh, wonderful.
Hell.
Do any of you more magical folks know any way to stop this? Because hugging isn't going to stop it.
Look, why would you want to stop this? This looks beautiful.
It does indeed look gorgeous.
I personally would like to walk over to that giant bundle of lights, Ulrich.
Or I would like you to be able to do that safely. But tell me, what kind of creature are those balls of light?
They're little will-o-wisps. They're friendly. Usually.
Right, but I mean, like, if you were to categorize them, like
They're forest spirits, like I don't know, like fairies or something.
All right.
You want me to try and talk to them?
No. I don't think you need to do that.
I do
I'm
speak
hearing
Sylvan.
the word spirits, though, so I'm gonna make some assumptions here.
I should.
Let's see. Right, I'm not a cleric, so I don't have
Have what?
Turn undead.
Ah.
Yeah.
I guess spirits would be.
No, they're like fairies. Pretty sure I can talk to them. Here, Roger will call out and Sylvan. Hey, big ball of lights. I'm trying to come over there, but I can't. Can you come over here instead?
Yeah. Did that do something, or because I actually don't have really a lot of things that I can do with these.
The actions of the party at this point seem to be attracting more and more of these wisps. It looks like 12 of the now hundreds of wisps that are in this forest are heading in your direction.
Methinks we should, as they say, cheese it.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. All right, guys, get them on the horses.
Jordan does have dispel magic.
Yeah. Jordan, you seem like a very charming person, but do you know a way to be uncharming, or to make these guys less enticed by these lights?
So Jordan has dispel magic. He has fairy fire, which would cause a similar effect to happen, and hypnotic pattern, which would hypnotize the one person, and they wouldn't be able to move.
I don't know much about magic.
Oh, each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw.
Some of those seem like a good idea. What about you, Zippo? Do you have any magic spells you think will help?
I'm thinking about it. The one thing I can think would be either I can dancing lights and try to make it seem like there's 5 wisps already guiding us to try to trick the other wisps, or I can Eldritch Blast and just try to fight them all.
I mean, there's only 12 or so coming towards us, and a couple hundred over there.
We could knock Roger and Yarvik out, and then get away from here, since we're all sane enough to know we shouldn't be doing this, and then take a nap. And in the morning they'll be rested, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I got a sore on my neck. Don't know how that happened."
That seems excessively cruel. I mean, look how happy Jorvik is.
It's false happiness.
Jorvik's kind of he's still reaching. He's kind of still reaching out, and then he kind of gets distracted by his hand because he thinks his fingers are now sausages.
This talk of knocking us unconscious, Roger's gonna try and finagle the lantern out of his backpack, remembering how Gerard got away from us earlier by turning off all the lights and then bolting.
Okay. So, remind me, if you are in a grapple, can you still draw items? Right?
You can still do stuff. You just can't move, really.
Okay. Yeah. You can. So he can reach into his pack and get the lantern.
Yeah, it only.
That's an action, not a move, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. But it would have to be one round at a time to grab the item, because that grabbing the item would be one action, and then the next round would be activating the item.
I would say stowing and drawing items is a whole thing. It's usually like a free action.
Okay. I'm just feeling this out.
Right.
All right. So while that's going on, I think Jordan's going to try and use the spell magic to try and end a magical effect within range. So the
He dispelled the will-o-wisps.
What was that?
He could dispel just the will-o-wisps.
Yeah, that's how that works.
There were editions where that worked.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I didn't roll openly there, but I did. I rolled a 16 plus. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Yeah, because that would be plus my wisdom, right? It would be plus my charisma because I'm a bard, right? For a dispel. Or no.
Yeah.
Do I? So I'm make an ability check using your casting ability. Yeah. Okay.
Charisma caster.
All right. So that is within range of everyone that's here. So that all of a sudden, Roger and Yarvik, you yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I've got it up.
I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh, I see. So Yarvik and Roger, the warmth drains away from you, and it leaves you feeling like you have a hangover. You are now fully in realization of what actions you have done, and that they weren't necessarily your own. Roger, you kind of come to grasping your shade lantern, and Yarvik, you are sucking on a thumb.
I feel so lied to and betrayed. I know there's not that many. It's fish sausage. What even is fish sausage? I was such a fool.
I have a feeling that these lights want to turn you into a halfling sausage.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, please.
To the horses. To those who are not on horses.
When we're gonna settle down for the night, I'll probably turn this lantern on. If we can't see them, then that won't happen to us again.
Don't you sleep with your eyes closed?
That's a good point.
I don't sleep at all.
Explains a lot, really. Seems unhealthy.
You'd think so, but actually it makes you live forever.
That's not. That's pretty confident of you.
So yeah, we're mounting up. What's the danger here? Because they were surrounding us. So can we get out?
Yeah, I believe they congealed into one location. And only
So,
prisoners.
obviously, the direction you don't want to go is southeast of you. It's actually, it seems to be they're gathering at an area you had crossed through earlier in the day. Not too, fairly recently, but like earlier in the day. I guess common sense would tell you that away from that source is probably the best bet. You're also trying to travel in that direction anyway, so kind of two birds, one stone. You'll probably need to take a meandering path to kind of give these creatures a wide berth.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now that you know what you're looking for, and even potentially the range at which this could affect you, I'd say you. I guess the question is, how far do you want to go from where you are right now? Since the epicenter of this dance seems to be fairly close to you.
We need to get 300 to 500 feet away from them. Then we need to start setting up camp and drop down the darkness.
Has anybody taken a look at what's going on with Shadow on the Seeing Stone lately?
Seemed to diverted path, right?
Right, and we're close to him. Last time we checked, like 10 miles away, roughly. At this distance, we may not see a lot of movement at all when we look. 'Cause we're getting kind of close to that point where we're going to congeal with his thing.
Yeah, it's gonna get. We're kind of getting danger close here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that probably tomorrow, Yarvik, I'm gonna be looking to you for your tracking skills here.
Do we kill two birds with one stone, and make the push, kind of push later into the night to get some distance from these things? Because I definitely do not want to feel like that again.
Yeah, that's
and
the direction we should be heading for sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to overtake him while we're exhausted.
Hey, we've already been traveling all day.
Right, that's why I was just saying we get a little ways off here. There's some buffer between us and them.
Let's put like another mile on and then call it.
Alright, that sounds fine.
It will definitely put us out a little bit, but I think it is worth the cost.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry.
Okay. So would it be fair to say that you're gonna want to travel maybe an hour to try and put as much distance as you can between you and them, or is it less than that? Like,
if we're breaking trail, could we get a mile in an hour?
yeah.
I'd say go for it.
I mean,
Sounds about right.
normal like it's dark, but the woods are lit up from this happening. You could probably travel at your normal pace during the day.
An hour would put us at like 3 miles.
Right, because 8 hours is 12 miles a day.
How many feet are in a mile?
8 hours is
Or 24, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's like 5,000 some feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. My math was very bad there. Thank
Over
you.
5,000, but yeah, but not by a lot.
I was
Not
thinking,
overnight.
280? Something like that.
I was thinking like 500, so my math was way off.
There are... A mile is like a little over 1.5 kilometers.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
So basically, in an hour, you cover the amount of distance as the river you crossed earlier this journey.
Beautiful.
Seems like a fair bit.
Now we're getting closer.
Out of charming range.
Alright, I vote we don't light a campfire tonight.
Yeah, it's
What's the temperature? Like,
It's
are we
summer
gonna be-
weather.
It's not, oh, it is. I mean, it's not like oddly cold or anything. So that's
No,
okay. Cool. Yeah, I would
it's
agree.
a cool summer night. It's early summer at this point.
It's been very nice. I've been wearing my pajamas all day.
where?
I'm not allowed to wear my pajamas all day.
We We won't judge you.
All right.
I would pay you to wear pajamas at all. That's the problem, Roger.
So, if we're going to be moving away from them for about an hour, let's roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Makes me feel closer to nature. Want to go a full hour.
I mean, it's the horse that's going to get tired, not us.
No, you get tired from riding.
Or I hope you've prepared lesser restorations if we're going to need it.
That's a good question.
Actually, bards don't prepare spells, do they? They just know them.
Bards select a certain number of spells.
I got a
Yeah.
22.
Hey!
Figured out what my con
Oh,
fire was and rolled a d20.
gotcha. Yeah, sorry about that, Zippo.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I figured you had stuff you were picking up, so I'd go on and roll it.
All right. Oops. The group moves 3 miles northeast.
Oh. Can we overpass?
Why are we moving again?
And the ball grows, and the small dot disappears.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So, Roger and Yarvik, it seems the interaction with the wisps have taken a toll on you. You have 1 level of exhaustion, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Is there like an in-game world, an in-world Red Bull that we can use, like 5-hour energy, something?
So, if you're exhausted after finishing a long rest, it reduces your level of exhaustion by 1. So you're at 1 level of exhaustion, so a long rest will take that away.
Okay. I vote we go to sleep.
Yep. I'm gonna take a first watch though.
I could take a second.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and rest on the first watch, and then I'll be up for the next 2 once I've finished meditating.
Yep. Yep. That makes good sense.
Yeah, Bjorvik is just gonna pass out. He can take the last watch.
Okay. Jordan, since he usually takes second watch, will continue that. And that means he's taking watch with Zippo. Hooray!
Elzian will help with first watch.
All right. Great. Well, Jen, I gotta ask. Them really your pajamas?
It's technically the only clothes I own, so they're my pajamas and my day wear.
Yeah.
And my formal wear.
But I wasn't sure if they like started off as your pajamas and you just decided that's it. That's just
What?
all I gotta do.
I don't think I was born into them, but the monks at the monastery definitely spent a lot of time making them.
All right.
Now, do you sleep in plate mail normally, or do you take that
No,
off?
no. That won't let you sleep. I just keep it on while I'm watching.
Is it comfortable?
Chainmail? Not really. I mean, it's fine, but
I wonder how much you'd have to clean something like that. Probably smells a bit sweaty once in a while.
clean it.
Yeah, don't you wash your clothes?
Yeah, I mean the clothes. I'm just teasing. It was a joke, you know. No, you have to do pretty regular upkeep of your gear.
Makes sense. My gear are these Fists of Fury, and they take lots of upkeep.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's an uneventful one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll some perception checks, please.
I'm not sure if I see anything.
I might.
So in the distance, you still see the wisp activity. From this far away, it out of character. It's like a laser light show almost. It's gorgeous. And now that it's far away, it's something that demands respect. You know what I mean? It's like looking up at the sky and feeling small, but in the other way around. Like, if that makes sense. These wisps, you've never heard of something like this occurring before, but it's hauntingly gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay, at least we got some entertainment.
It is truly hard to look away.
Yeah.
Other than that, you don't spot anything.
Alright, let's get Jordan and Zippo up.
Time for sleeping.
Huh?
Ding. Trance is done. I sure am feeling refreshed.
Yawn.
All right, so you two go to sleep, and Zippo and I take watch.
Let's go.
Zippo, it feels like forever since we've had watch together.
Indeed. Oh, it's been a while.
How have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Really hoping we can kill this guy when we catch him. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, I'm not quite fond of him myself.
But I have thought of a new goal.
Oh?
After the encounter with Atlan and discovering what the gems do, I'm now going to make it my life's goal to befriend every elemental.
That seems like quite the endeavor, but that is not surprising, to say the least, after our recent encounters, for sure.
Yeah, it's very lucky that I befriended Atlan, because I don't think we could have fought those water elementals, especially not in the water.
Amethyst, are you up now?
Yes. I'm awake.
So, one thing I will say is, for exhaustion...
I do think it does still require 8 hours of rest.
It says
Yeah,
a long
it
rest.
sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah, which includes the 4 hours of non-strenuous activity for elves.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that mean that you're going to be taking third watch or second watch?
I'll be doing third watch.
Okay. All right.
I'm awake, but I'm not really paying attention.
Right. And neither really are Zippo or Jordan. um,
Having a jolly old time talking.
so Jordan kind of asks you more about your elemental experiences. Have you ever encountered elementals before? I know you have some sort of abilities, both fire and otherwise, at your disposal.
No, that was my first time ever actually talking to them, and it was amazing. I'd seen them before, but I'd never spoken to them. And I'm so very happy that I can now.
And so water elementals are the only elementals you've ever encountered?
Yeah, the only ones I've ever closely encountered. But I feel like all I have to do is go around to enough of these big cities, and I might find other ones that are trapped like Atlan was. Then I can free them and become friends with them as well.
Say, Zippo, yesterday you were talking quite a bit about the Dragon Queen and meeting her in person if our journey takes us that way. Do you think you might introduce me? That would be quite the story.
Yeah, if we make it past the wall, the first thing I do is go meet the queen in person. Naturally, I'll have to introduce all of you. Don't worry, you'll get the best introduction.
Jordan smiles his smile.
It'll be a great day when we get to meet her. We'll all get a blessing as well.
Maybe she'll know some more elementals that you might be able to befriend.
Oh, I can only hope. I can only hope. If we ever get to meet her and I get to rule a little plot of land for my own, I'll have 178 Brunhilds, 458 Atlans, 300s of each of the other elementals, and at least 4 other different kinds of animals, preferably giant animals, stuff I can just sleep under if I have to. And I will burn down Magic's magic and take that bear.
He kind of looks at the horses and then looks at Zippo and says, aren't the horses like giant animals to you?
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Say, you say that you're in communication with the Queen on a regular basis. That's your master, right?
Yep.
Have you ever told her about us?
Here and there, I tell her a passing story. Most of the time when I talk to her, though, she's either telling me different things that I need to know, or I'm asking her for a favor to solve a problem I can't think of my own way.
I see. Has she said anything lately?
The last thing she said was about wanting to see the staff, and the fastest way for me to do that would be to take it into the ring.
Ah, yes.
That picture you drew of the staff was actually for her. If you could confirm it was the item she thought it was.
Ah, interesting. Did it impress her?
She loved it. As soon as I took it in, she summoned it to herself.
Jordan gives this knowing nod of a smile, yeah, she did. All right, well, I guess we should wake up the last group.
Yeah, tell him we can go catch this guy and kill him for the water elementals.
So we tap the last group awake.
Yarvik is grumbly.
Come on, you had 8 hours to sleep.
I do not like these will-o'-the-wisps. They are not friendly.
Yeah, most of them.
Maybe we just got a bum rap. It's a heck of a light show back there, though.
Yeah, probably best not to look at it too closely again.
Yep.
Considering.
Yeah, Yarvik promptly turns around and just starts staring off towards the direction of the wall. Fish sausage. And just kind of mumbles fish sausage under his breath and then just kind of shakes his head.
Yeah, I have to admit the fish sausage threw me for a loop. I don't know what you were seeing.
I could taste it. I could smell it. It seemed like such a good idea at the time.
I'm used to hearing that from Zippo and Belzian.
Mesmerizing lights are a hell of a drug.
True facts.
So, third watch, please roll perception. All right.
It occurs to Yarvik that it was probably a bad idea to have the two guys that suffered the worst from the will-o'-the-wisps be the sole people on watch on third shift.
I mean, we're the furthest distance time-wise.
Yeah.
I understand why.
Yeah, by this point, you guys have recovered your exhaustion points. And I will also say that because you're both actively avoiding looking at the wisp dance, half of your perception is kind of hindered by that. You're actively looking the other direction, so that would account for your lower rolls.
Not just my bad luck personally,
Right.
as a player.
The rest of the group, you don't know what those fuckers were doing, but you know that it's because probably they got distracted by the light show and you got distracted by not being distracted by the light show.
You just tasted everybody. We're so close to the goal.
You can almost taste the fish sausage.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean, would sushi be fish sausage?
No, that's
Usually it's not
well, yeah.
fish.
I mean,
Like a tuna salad sandwich
No.
is definitely
Right.
fish sausage adjacent.
those are questions.
No.
Those are questions for beings greater than I.
It's just ground up fish, guys. Sorry, I need to get up and use it. Just it is a recipe though. They make it.
I hope one day to share many great meals with you all.
All right, so it should be morning, but it's still dark.
Well, I have dark vision, so that doesn't bother me. All right, everybody, get up.
I have dark vision.
And I mean, like, it's still, like, dusk out. Like, it's still lower light. Like, it's morning. You can tell it's morning, but it's a muted morning. Like, the sun hasn't risen yet.
Oh, so it's not like the sun is already up. It's just mysteriously dark. It's just early.
But it's past when it should be early.
Is this because we're near the wall?
Are we able to perceive why it would be so dark at this time?
We
Looking
can't see the wall in the distance yet, can we?
looking out above the canopy, and a few breaks in the trees to the northeast, you see some darkness. raising into the clouds.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's the wall.
I have certainly never been this close to the wall before. I am a little bit anxious and a little bit excited. How about you all?
Yeah, catching a glimpse at the wall kind of confirms something that each of you have been feeling in the back of your mind for the last day. It's a growing sense of unease. At first you thought it might be the wisps, or that you were in this barbed forest, or maybe that you were chasing a former person you held loyalty to, or maybe it was that feeling of leaving elementals behind. But no, now you know, now that you've glimpsed it, that it's the wall. The wall is making you feel uneasy. Just by looking at it, you know that that's what it was.
Is this what it's like living in Darenai, Ulrich? That's a pretty comparable distance to the wall.
No, Darenai is actually like 64-ish miles away from the wall. You're half that.
We're not half that. We're like 50.
You're 30 miles away from the wall right now.
Oh, you moved us closer.
Well, you moved 3 miles last night. You were...
Oh, you have to hold the Alt button.
No, you could just do the non-snapping, the no snapping, and then you'll get it.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
As everybody measures.
What is
It's
this,
fun to
measuring
measure.
contest?
It's always a measuring contest.
Anyway, yeah, I think Ulrich would just say, it's not quite like that. We got the forest. Although you got some of the workers who go down and get the lumber. They don't go too deep if they can help it.
Generally speaking, you know that the workers don't tend to go deep enough into the forest to get close to the wall because things start getting weird the closer you get to the wall.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what I was kind of trying to imply there.
And I mean, that's kind of a fair assertion just from the experiences you guys have had in the last 3 days. Well, last 2, I should say.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been anywhere near the wall.
Have you been near the wall, Amadeus?
Yeah, Roger saw people getting executed
Right, fair.
via wall when he was a kid. Which definitely left no lasting impressions.
How even does that happen? Do you just fling your target at the wall with high velocity? Why couldn't you just use a building's wall?
Just push him in.
They were walked to a certain point and then fascinated, and they walked willingly into the wall.
Can we tell what the wall is made of from this distance when you look at it? Is it just like a
It's
black
just a dark mass. I mean, like, you can only see glimpses of it through the canopy.
Is it like
It's
2001
tentacles, trust me.
2001 Space Odyssey monolith type thing?
From this distance, yes, it's just a big black thing.
Before we get too distracted, Yarvik suggests that Gerard / Shadow / that a-hole is pretty close, and we should probably figure that out.
Just
Yeah, at this
okay.
point, we're gonna have to be tracking. That's where you come in, buddy.
So I'd suggest we kind of form up and just because we really are kind of danger close. Yarvik's not going to get on his horse. He's going to hand the reins over to somebody else, and he's going to start tracking on foot. Hopefully, that give him a little bit of an edge.
Should we leave the horses in general?
I still think there's a time where we may need to ride fast. We've brought them this far,
Yeah.
but I can
That's
range
true.
it ahead.
That's true. All right. Well, why don't we'll just kind of go at a slow pace behind you and let you do your thing.
All right. So what am I rolling here?
Give me a survival check, Yarvik. There it is again.
Whoa.
EQ, I will survive.
All right. Being that most of the creatures that have frequented this area recently were floating balls of light, or yourselves, Yarvik kind of does a sweep around the area. And since there's quite thick brush, it's pretty easy to tell when something has kind of pushed its way through, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you're breaking through heavy trail, you could definitely tell if somebody has broken trail before you.
Yes. So after a sweep in a semicircle pattern of the area, you actually do pick up what looks like a lone rider on horseback heading northeast.
All right, I'm gonna impart that to the group. Gotta grab the horse and then do the best I can to track that while the gang follows. Well, I would suggest we follow and see where it goes. He's got to be close. So.
And just as a heads up, just so that you don't forget about it, the wisps that you encountered last night, there are still wisps out and about. Not quite in such number. You've left them fairly behind, but the glow still continues to pulsate to the southwest of you. They are still around, despite it no longer being night.
Interesting.
They're in a wide enough berth now that they shouldn't trouble you too much, and they'll be easy to avoid. None seem to be in your direct line of path, but it's just something to be aware of. And with that, why don't we take a 10-minute break, and when we come back, we'll pick up traveling forward. Sound good?
Huzzah!
All right, everyone. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Be right back.
BRB.
Welcome back, everyone. We are we started talking about taxes during the break, and now we're trying to equate our characters to it. So I know Jordan would be a starving artist. He makes only as much as he has to make a lot of claimants for like the bartering that he gets from like Like, for example, he got us all of our rooms, right, for doing performances. How do you, like, equate that with taxes? Yeah,
Did he keep his receipts for that?
Yeah, probably not.
Does he claim Zippo as a dependent?
I like that one. All right, so as we talked about before the break, it is morning. The wall is looming, and the day is getting away from us. So, and a bot is banned in chat. So, what would you guys like to do at this point?
Just to confirm, the looming feeling from the wall, will it feel like the thing in Zippo's tribe where they send people down that river that goes to the wall, like with their old bot when they're dead?
So that river flows from far enough away that no,
Okay, gotcha.
you don't get that feeling. Yeah, even you, Zippo, have never been this close to the wall.
Roger, roger.
Yeah, Mountains of Dis are at the
This far away.
the tip, about 100 miles from the wall. Bartering, Ulrich, very nice. All right. So the trail has been picked up. I'm guessing you guys are following it.
Yeah, we're looking for Shadow.
Yep,
Yep.
that is the plan.
When the sun comes up, we'll see plenty of them.
Starting to rubbing off on him.
I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, so we as a group head northeast with Jorvik in the lead, kind of following this trail that's blazed through the brush, the underbrush of the forest. The forest is a little quieter here than it was toward the middle, where it was you could hear lots of signs of nature and things of that nature. It's more quiet and subdued. About an hour into your travels, the underbrush thins and it returns to that kind of clear forest with more tight canopy. At this point, you don't have brush to follow. Instead, it is a path. Or a path of sorts, I guess, through between thick, towering trees.
Are we moving at kind of a slower pace because Yarvik's tracking, or
Yes.
are we moving slow enough that I can kind of stealth along in the shadows off to the side of the party?
You can make a stealth check. There it is again.
What is going on today?
Technically, that's an average roll.
So my question is, so we've got two party members doing stuff. We've got Yarvik tracking with survival. We've got Roger stealthing with stealth.
Did Jorvik and Roger take their horses?
I'm assuming Roger is walking at this point.
Yeah, we're going slow enough I can go on foot and probably
I'll
still
lead his
outpace the
horse.
party.
Yeah, I'll lead your horse.
Thanks.
I'm turning you up a little bit, Ulrich. Oh yeah, I gotta reset some stuff because I accidentally minimized. All right. So is anybody else taking any actions is what I was asking while we're traveling.
Just keeping my eyes open.
Yeah, Zippo's not doing much. He's just prepping himself, you know? Trying to think of a cool one-liner that he's going to say when he kills the guy.
Now, by keeping your eyes open, do you mean you're making a perception check or passive perception?
I mean, I think he's actively looking about, yeah, because he expects that today is the day that we encounter. So I can roll perception if you like.
Yes, please.
Just an 8.
Okay.
We appear to be getting close to the edge of the forest, or the end of the tree line. Or is that still some miles away?
It's some miles away, but it's definitely thinning. Did anybody else say that they were making a perception check, or is it just Ulrich?
I would like to make a perception check. Stay sharp. You know, watch our back. Check our 6. I don't know a cooler way to say that. I mean, I'm pretty cool already. But...
Yeah. Cool as a cucumber. And you don't even garden.
Oh. Have you ever had pickled cucumbers? Anyways, I rolled a 15.
You mean pickles?
What?
Doesn't even garden. What's he doing on watch?
Foraging for supplies. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. So, Zippo, you said you were doing something as well, correct?
Yeah, I'm coming up with one-liners I could say once we kill the whatever his name. Some examples are, I guess you're not going to be putting out a shadow now. Also, looks like I have to finish your family's unfinished business. My favorite of them all is for Atlan, and he screams that at the top of his lungs in Primordial.
Like, as the group's traveling, he's like practicing his.
Yeah, it's noticeable too. Like everybody's probably just hearing him say all this stuff to himself, trying to figure out what he wants to say.
Okay. Good to know. All right. You travel for several hours. The wall is glimpsed several times, or much more often through the trees. It's still just a solid black mass to the northeast of you. Belzian. The day is starting to actually break. It feel like you can feel the warmth of the sun peeking over the black mass. There was light getting through it, but it was kind of still like it was like a cloudy day type feel from the light. Like how clouds block the sun, but the light still passes.
Yeah,
that's kind of how light passes through the wall, it seems. But the sun is getting up there in the sky, and as it does, it gets lighter. The wisps that dot around you in the forest have thinned, but you do see a ball of light that seems to be heading toward you from ahead, from the northeast.
So it's not the sun, and it does not appear to be one of the wisps that we've seen before.
Well, I mean, it's a similar size to the wisps.
Look, fellows, another orb for us to ponder.
Everybody look except Roger and Yarvik. They're the only ones that got caught last time.
I mean, what's the chance of it happening again?
It's never 0, and that's the problem. But there's a 0% chance that he's gonna live. Boom! New one line.
Boom. Oh.
Glad we could help.
What is the rate that this orb is approaching us? Are we on a direct collision course with it?
It seems to be coming fairly fast. And as you're spotting it, you also kind of pick up the sound of distant hoof prints.
I was going to ask, is this coming from the direction that I'm tracking Shadow?
Well, yes.
Good thing I'm hidden.
That shadow. But why would he be going this way? Maybe he's come to surrender to us.
Or he's running from the wall. Or... I don't know, that's really all I got.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and knock an arrow.
Yeah, I mean, if we hear the hoof prints, or hoof step, you know what I'm saying, hear the hooves, you know, I think that we should stop and see if it's the sound approaching or going away from us.
You suggest we take a moment to
Yeah.
get more details.
Right.
Okay. So where you stop is kind of a... So one thing that you've noticed about this area is that there are large mushrooms growing throughout this area in kind of the same width that the tree trunks are in this area. So like not like tiny mushrooms, not even large mushrooms like the ones that you encountered in the caves. These are like Alice in Wonderland style mushrooms, like big cake-like mushrooms. Like if you cut in the one, you could cut out a slice of cake or pizza or however you want to call it. The trees, on the other hand, are about as thick as the trees, Ulrich, that you're used to from back home. These trees seem to be fairly large as well. So this is kind of setting the scene here.
Right. And as we stop, do we hear, are the hoofbeats getting further away, or they seem to be approaching?
The hoofbeats seem to be getting louder the closer that the ball of light gets to you.
Oh, interesting. Hey, Jordan. Maybe this is a good time to do some Dispel Magic.
I could certainly, once they get within range, try casting Dispel Magic, surely.
It's Ulrich, but that's okay. We've only been traveling together for a few days. Damn it, you're rubbing off on me too.
Everybody aspires to be Jordan.
I wonder if these mushrooms are big enough to hide behind in case of any impact coming toward us. Hey, look, it's us.
Whoever kind of actually wants to do these opposite. See just to the southeast, there's a mushroom in front of that big fallen tree. He wants to kind of get up on that mushroom and see if he can kind of take a peek over the tree and see what's coming.
You know you could move your token with the arrow keys?
Yep.
Wow. I just
so-
figured that out. Haha, I'm inside you.
Mind blown.
Ulrich, what type of dispel magic do you... So, what type of dispel magic are you intending Jordan to do?
I mean, just if the approach of the thing is making the hoofbeats louder, I would just say he targets the wisp and, dispels whatever magic is happening there, if any.
Okay. All right. From the opposite side of the clearing, so these are 5-foot squares, just as a heads up. From out in the distance, so this map is about 225 feet long, just as a heads up. By 125 feet wide. So over on the other side of the clearing comes into view a horse galloping toward the group. There does not seem to be a rider on it, and next to it is a ball of light. You're used to the wisps by now that you recognize that it is not the correct color for it to be a wisp.
You think it's coming to say hello, or do you think it has hostile intent? I'm,
Maybe it's meant to be a distraction to keep us from catching up on time.
I think Yarvik's gonna wait till it gets closer and try to jump from the tree onto the horse, see if he can stop it, slow it down, calm it down.
I wonder if we have enough time to set up like a tripwire with hempen rope. Perhaps we should move to more defensible positions if it's coming towards us that quickly. And then when it gets close, we can jump out and be like, ooga booga boo! And maybe we'll frighten it.
Behind the tree is pretty defensible. That's about as defensible as I think we're gonna get in here.
Nah, I can't tell if this is a tree or a fallen tree that's just over the path.
It's a fallen
That's
tree
what- yeah,
over the
yeah.
path, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks huge. So and the trunk's like 20, 30 feet at the base. So that's a lot of cover.
We could hide against the fallen tree, and it might jump over us.
I mean, does it... We see it. Does it seem to see us?
Do you just wait to see what it does? And by it, I mean the horse.
I mean, other than having that dispel magic, I personally don't have a lot of intent here.
I've got no intention of shooting the horse until it gets a little closer.
All right. With that, my cat wants to be let out.
Yeah, also, I think it might be just outside of short range.
All right, I'm back.
Or just inside short range. From where I moved to, anyway.
Perhaps Zippo was right, and Shadow really did fall down a hole, and the horses come back to tell everybody that Timmy fell down the well. Or Shadow.
Or maybe the horse, like, decided, you know what? I'm done with this guy. And killed him by pushing him into the wall while running away.
Well, in this case, the horse would be a hero.
Exactly.
All right. If you're waiting to see what the horse does, it continues forward for 60 feet. Do you want Jordan to cast Dispel Magic on the horse?
I would say
Yeah, I mean that or the orb.
Are you able to cast it on both? Or is it a single target kind of thing?
So I can do it for a creature, a magical effect, or an object within range. And technically, I can't really see the horse very well from the thicker side. It was in view until I moved forward, because obviously the northern part of the tree is a little lower than the rest. But I could still cast Dispel Magic on the horse if you'd like. Or the area of the horse if there's a spell you want me to try to dispel. Like a magical effect. Like, for example, with Dispel Magic for Ulrich and Roger, I dispelled a charm effect and was able to do it because it affected the same spell affected both of them. If that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really have any idea what to do with this thing. We can see a horse now. Previously, we just knew there was a light. We didn't necessarily see the horse,
right.
So I figured invisibility was happening. We see a horse. At most, it's invisibility on a shadow, but we have no way to say for sure that that's what's happening. So,
right.
I'm content with just letting it play out.
Yeah.
All right. The horse keeps coming. Is anybody else moving anywhere?
If anyone needs help getting boosted onto this giant tree, Belzy can, be a step.
We'll move to here.
Well, Zippo, the horse also moves in your direction.
Oh. Boys, it didn't jump the tree. Can I side? Is it coming straight for me, or can I sidestep it, where it's going beside me?
It's not going straight for you. It seems to be going around the tree, passing you.
Okay, gotcha.
You have a good look at it, though. It is a dark gray horse with black mane and black tail. The ball of light next to it is actually a hooded lantern that's hanging off of the horse's barding on a stick. The saddle and bridle are still on the horse. And the horse seems to be panting with exertion as it travels past you.
Okay, once it travels past me, I let the rest of the group know that it's probably just Shadow's horse. He turned it back this way, and it seems like he is just trying to let it run away now. I think he's going to do his end game because this horse is pretty exhausted.
Give me a perception check. And I don't know why I ask you that. I'm going to give you a perception check.
If I do good, boys.
You got this.
Got a 3.
I did not do good, boys.
It was almost a 19 and a 20, 19 and a 20, and then it went to the 2.
Yep. It's my luck.
All right. So with that information, does any of the rest of the group do anything?
I'm gonna run and I'm gonna jump down to the giant toadstool and wait for it to pass and see if I can jump on it.
Can I help Yarvik in his endeavors?
So you're going to try jumping on the horse when it comes past?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump on it and see if I can stop it.
Okay. And Belzin wants to aid Yarvik in that.
I don't know if that means like throwing him so he hits terminal velocity faster, or just, helping him find a better foothold to jump.
Firm reassurance. You've got this, little guy.
Yeah, it's just cheerleading. Think of all the horse sausage.
I'm game.
Okay. So, as you prepare to jump on the horse as it passes, Ulrich, what's your AC?
$16.
Okay. I unfortunately can't roll openly with this because it's not in a place where I can do that without you seeing everything. So... give me 1 second. Okay. Ulrich, while you're watching this happen, a blade slides into your back.
Oh, fun.
Roger, you see Shadow materialize behind Ulrich. Ulrich, you take 17 points of damage
Okay.
as Shadow's short sword slides into your back, and at this point, we'll need to roll initiative.
Should have talked.
Damn it, Gerard, you didn't have to make it so literal.
I think it's time we end this, Gerard. Boom, another one-liner.
All right. Did people roll initiative? Yes. All right. So it looks like some initiative is still on here from last time. That's strange. Why does it do that?
No, that's from his roll today. It's just it popped
No,
in there.
I see multiple Belzians. I see one Ulrich.
Oh.
I see something different every time we use this. I don't think the initiative thing, the turn order thing, I don't think it works right.
It is prone to.
I usually just reorder it. So Belzians, yeah, none of it here. I'm just gonna. Okay, Belzian. Yarvik. Ulrich. Roger. Let's see if Jordan's roll appears.
Wouldn't it be the other way around?
Okay, Jordan's appears as a scythe? That's weird. Alright. And Zippo. Okay. So, Zippo, let me roll for you. Okay, so Ulrich, Roger is next after Ulrich. Then it's Yarvik. Belzian has a 14. Has a lower modifier than Yarvik, so he's next. And then it's Zippo, and then Jordan's last. Surprise, surprise. One moment, let me close my door. Ow. Okay. So, Gerard, takes another attack at Ulrich. Okay, first attack misses.
Okay.
Second attack hits.
Mm-hmm.
Take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
He then uses... Go ahead.
Just to clarify, am I on my horse?
Are you? I assume you are, right? Or did
don't
you
know,
get off to prep? Everybody seemed to get off to kind of hide.
Yeah, I'll say I was off. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Gerard's going to take a bonus action to disengage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Ulrich, you're up.
Great. Ulrich is going to move up to him. As he's doing that, he says, "Get over here, you backstabbing coward!" And is going to force a Wisdom save with Compelled Duel.
Okay. What's the
It's a Wisdom 15 is the DC.
Okay. He fails.
Okay, so for the duration, he has here. I'll display it in the VTT. So he's drawn to me, compelled by my divine command. For the duration, he has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and has to make a Wisdom save each time he attempts to move to a space more than 30 feet from me. And spell ends if I attack any other creature. If I cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than him, or if a creature friendly to me damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if you end your turn more than 30 feet from the target. So, for now, I'm just trying to keep his attention.
Sure.
That's.
I know.
It feels like such a waste because none of us have gone yet.
I understand that, but my fear is always going to be we have one person who's come out. What happens if something else pops out? If we're going to table talk about it, like what happens if something else surprises us in this moment? What if his horse transforms into something?
If something surprises us in this moment, then 5 people waste their action not attacking, or you waste your action doing this.
I'm saying if something pops out between me and whoever's going last, it's not necessarily a waste. It's
totally a waste because I could attack from surprise right now. He doesn't see me.
Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, this is Ulrich's style move. The group has been fighting together, but everyone's kind of eager to use their abilities on Shadow in any way they can. So Ulrich might not also be thinking completely logically at this point. Think of it this way: he wants to one-on-one Shadow, right?
Right, or just because it's not necessarily just a character thing here. I just wanted to do something here that just as a safety measure, because I've been in plenty of situations where something happens that you're not expecting, and I don't actually see the turn order here, so unless this is absolutely right, because they're all zeros.
They're all zeros, but they're in the correct order.
Okay. So, Big whoop, I wasted a spell slot. He equips his shield, so he's now up to 18, and that's going to be his turn.
Sounds good. All right.
Plus, Roger, you might miss.
I don't even have to hit him, I don't think.
Roger, go ahead.
But I do have to hit him, actually. I might miss. I will fire from here where he can't see us, assuming I've got a clear shot.
So there is some debris of the tree in the way that you're hiding in. You might have to step to the side to get a clear shot on him. Like,
Over here?
yeah, that would be fine.
Alright. So we'll sneak over here and shoot him in the back.
Okay.
Do I get the advantage for attacking from hiding, or
He did
Has he noticed
not
me?
speak. He did not spot you.
all right? One more for advantage. It's 23 hit.
23 hits.
Alrighty. And so that's 20 damage.
Ending the effect.
And I'll use my rogue bonus action here to attempt to hide again,
Okay.
actually. Since I haven't used all of my movement, I can actually duck back behind the tree here. So, fifth edition. Let's everybody have spring attack for free.
Yay!
All right, Yarvik.
I'm gonna try to get a clear shot. Hop down off of the off the mushroom, and I'm going to just make it a direct bow attack. And I get an extra action. I get 2 attacks. I believe I just picked up a feat for that. Oh, hold on a second. I just zoomed my. It's in here somewhere.
Let's look.
There's Horde Breaker, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's another one. So bonus.
Are you just saying you get extra attack because you get that at 5th level as a ranger?
Yeah, it's just 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
have
2
attacks per action. If you look at the top, it says attacks per action 2. So you'll be able to attack twice.
Nice.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Second attack. That's a hit.
Wait a minute, I hit the wrong. Hold on a second. Okay, it just keeps popping up the. Hold on a second. Clicking the thing just brings up the slide that comes in from the side that tells me what the attack is. Hold on.
So if you see the damage next to your attack, next to your plus 8 or plus 10, it says 1d8 plus 5. Just click that.
Yeah, I click that and it brings over the slide that shows me what the longbow is. Like,
Sorry, just to clarify, it actually already packaged the damage in on your
Oh yeah, I
attacks.
see that. Yeah, it's
Oh,
12
okay.
piercing.
Yeah,
No.
it does the roll all for you in one with the extension.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay. So when you shoot at Gerard, you see him raise his hand, train his eye on your attack, and he snatches at the arrow while you, when it comes his direction. You did 12 damage, correct?
Yes, that looks like it.
Okay. I'm going to use one key point to. He grabs the arrow out of the air and returns fire and shoots at you. What's your AC?
16?
16? I hit. And he does 7 damage to you. Belzian, you recognize this ability immediately.
Oh yeah, deflect those missiles with your reaction.
My character sheet is not letting me record the damage. That's weird.
You tried turning it off and on again?
So up at the top, have you clicked on your HP and then hit minus, or typed in the damage?
Yep, I tried that. For whatever reason, it's just being weird tonight. I went through a whole thing. I reformatted my computer like twice. I was redoing hard drive stuff.
I changed it for you. You're down to 36.
Okay, that's also not reflecting on my sheet, so that's strange.
Did you hit refresh? Try hitting refresh, see if that updates it.
Okay, there it is. Yep.
All right. At this point, it is now Belzian's turn.
If that's all Yarvik's doing.
Yeah, Yarvik, that's it, right? Are you moving anymore?
Let me get back up on the tree.
On the mushroom?
Yeah, I'll just go for the mushroom. Well, no, that's going to leave me in a bad spot. I'm just going to stay here.
Okay, sounds good.
For the horse and its lantern, are they moving at the same time as Gerard? Or is it on its own thing? Or just
The horse is currently where it is at. Gerard has already gone. The horse hasn't moved any further.
did it stop or is it still accelerating?
It seems to have stopped there, yeah. At least it's not coming out from behind the tree where you are.
I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah.
But it looks like other pressing matters have made themselves known. Yeah. I think I gotta run up this tree.
Okay.
I don't know what the vertical thing is, but it's within my movement speed. and loft a dart at this dude. Does a 23 hit?
It does.
Eight.
8 damage.
Yeah. And Belzian says, I think this guy has monk skills. Look at those. That's amazing. We may recall when we fought him in the mines, he used Flurry of Blows, which is designed to knock you on your butt. That's all I'm doing for my turn for now.
Okay.
Let's see here. If I move to here, can I see him from here?
There is a mushroom in the way. You can just see him around the mushroom on the right-hand side of it.
So if I shoot at him, will he have like anything like advantage or cover, or will I have disadvantage? Or anything
He'd
like
have
that?
partial cover, yeah. He'd have an addition to his AC.
So you could totally move and get in line of sight.
Well, he's already moved some.
Bonus action dash. Because I only have 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
Yeah. First, I don't want to. I guess I'm gonna have to. I'll dash to get over to here where I can see him. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. I'm going to use a legendary action. And for those of you who don't know what a legendary action is, legendary actions are something that an adversary can do between turns. So it's basically like your opponent gets another round of an attack or another ability to use. It's a very 5th edition thing. If you haven't encountered it before, they're pretty cool for the DM. And sometimes can be frustrating for the player. Generally, legendary actions have different charges, so the more powerful a legendary action is, the more charges it is, but charges for legendary actions refill every round. So this isn't something where he'll use it up for the whole combat session. It's something that he'll have and be able to use each round. Okay?
That was legendary.
All right. So, Shadow seems to kind of grow thin, and his image kind of turns into like a thin line, and then you know how like an old TV would turn off where it like the image collapses into one single line and the line closes up? It looks like that.
So vintage.
My new TV actually does that.
All right, so it appears Shadow has vanished from view.
Okay, well, assuming that it's his turn then, right?
It's Jordan's turn now.
Or Jordan's turn, right.
Jordan's going to cast Dispel Magic on the area where Gerard was in case he went invisible in that spot. What level spell is invisibility? Let's see.
Second level, I think.
Yep, second level. Okay. So that's one of my third level slots. And sure enough, Gerard reappears in that spot. Though, I will note, he looks a lot less damaged. In fact, there doesn't seem to be any tears in his outfit at all from, or arrows sticking out of his back at all. Jordan's also going to back away from Gerard. Give him a little bit of space. All right. Back to the top of the round. Gerard attacks Ulrich.
An 18 now.
Yep. All right. He's going to attack you with his short sword. It's a hit. Second attack misses. And he's also going to use a key to do flurry of blows on you. One misses. The other misses. Alright, so we have one hit. For
14 damage.
14, yeah.
Ending his turn, or?
Yes, because he used his bonus action to flurry of blows you.
Sure.
However, the horse comes around the corner with Shadow, or Gerard, riding him.
Yep.
And charges at Zippo. And attacks. Zippo, what's your AC?
15.
First attack misses. Second hits. 16 damage. Actually, it already rolled, so 11 damage, excuse me. Ulrich Yours should be 8, actually. Not 14.
Noted.
How did he get sneak attack damage? Interesting.
Also has rogue.
All right, Ulrich, your turn.
Yeah, sorry, just
You're good.
healing myself real quick. Okay. As a bonus action, he is going to... Nah. As an action, he's going to cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
And he's going to get 5 temporary hit points. And I'll put that in the VTT for stuff. But essentially, if anything tries to hit him, it's going to hurt them.
Okay.
And that ends his turn.
Okay, I'm going to take a legendary action. Shadow kind of vibrates in place. Like he kind of steps back side to side over and over and over again. And as he's moving, his feet go faster and faster until he separates into 2 versions of himself. So the original version and then a second version appears next to him. All right, Roger.
I'll step out from behind the tree, and probably not waste time trying to attack the one that might not even be real. Then shoot at the one that's next to Zippo,
Okay.
who almost definitely is not aware of me. So I'll use my fire arrows on this one. Do I have advantage?
You
from
do.
Attacking from...
Yes.
Okay. Not that I'm expecting a 21 to miss, but you never know. It's a 25 hit.
Both hit.
Oh, there's just one attack.
Yeah. I'm saying either one hit. So.
Right. This plus 1d6 fire damage. So.
$23 damage.
23. To the one in front of Zippo.
All right, I'm going to use another cut key to attempt to deflect that arrow. You said 25, or how much damage?
25.
25 damage?
Also, it's on fire.
Yes.
23 damage is how much?
23, okay. All right. He deflects the arrow, but does not manage to grab it and shoot it back your way. It still seems to damage his hand some, though.
And then I'll use my bonus action to try and hide again.
Okay.
Just a 15, and then I'll again step back behind the tree. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Yarvik.
I'm gonna try second level Ensnarling Strike. See what we can do on southernmost Gerard here. Yep. So do I do the attack roll for the arrow next? Is that the processor?
So you have to hit with the arrow first. So attack, and if you hit, then I roll.
There it is.
Okay, so 27 is a hit. So now I roll Dex, and it's a DC 13.
It's a strength save.
It's a oh, is it a strength? Okay.
Yep. You're rolling in the open, by the way.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, I make it.
So that just goes to the damage of the shot, which I guess would be 6p.
6, yes.
Now, does that count as a standard action? Can I do a second attack, or is that the end of the attack?
You can, I believe, still. Yes.
If you have double attack, you can shoot another arrow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot another arrow.
All right, that's a hit. 7 piercing.
And then I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to give Ulrich a little cover. And that's it for me.
Okay. Okay, there it goes. All right, Belzian.
Yo, I'm correct in seeing 2 shadows in the north here, yeah?
2 shadows in the north and 1 shadow in the south.
Okay.
Everyone seems to be ganging up on this one, on the horse.
Can't you guys see the other shadows? I guess I'll jump down from this tree here and beat these guys silly. Or attempt to. Attempt to being the keyword. Does a 22 hit? Aiming for the north guy here.
It hits.
Wonk. Get karate chopped.
All right. So you do 5 bludgeoning.
Yeah. Does it feel like a solid person or some kind of illusion?
It feels like a solid person.
Well, okay. Well, then let's continue punching it as a bonus action.
Okay, doing flurry.
Do the flurry of blows.
It's a hit for the first one.
I
Okay.
only get 1 flurry.
You
of
get
blows,
1. Okay, 9.
but it is the open hand technique flavor,
Mhm.
which makes it so this shadow cannot use its reaction
Okay.
until the end of Belzian's next turn.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that's all for now.
So you didn't do the prone one. You didn't push them away. You denied him reactions. Got it.
Correctamundo.
Cool. Zippo.
Seeing as he's the one right next to me, I'm gonna have to fight the guy I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
Just debating on what I think would be the best way to do that. Okay. Alright, so Zippo is going to use his bonus action, his sorcery thing, and you'll see like a gust of wind go around him, and he's going to fly 10 feet this way. He doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. And then he's going to move another 10 feet to here, and then he's going to cast Witch Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Can't roll it. It like gave me the option to click cast, so I was like, oh, maybe, but it didn't, sadly.
Sorry, I'm just taking a look at something. All right. So you're doing Witch Bolt.
2nd level. So it's 2d12 damage.
Did you, so first we gotta roll attack.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hit.
Sweet.
And you do 11 damage to the shadow.
Does that include the 3 fire from my genie?
Yeah.
This is when I hit with an attack roll. Okay. Just making sure.
I'll be right
'Cause I know
back.
sometimes it didn't want to
That's fine.
up there when I clicked on it.
Yeah, it's 8 plus 3, so 11 in total. I think what it was doing for the totals above when I was correcting is it was adding sneak attack when he didn't have it. Okay.
That is my turn.
Jordan. How you doing there, Ulrich? Do you need some healing?
Never hurts.
Alright, he will cast Healing Word on you at 2nd level. And you heal 9.
Mighty fine.
And Jordan's going to come around behind the horse and Shadow. Trying to stack them appropriately. Bring to front. There we go. All right. All right. Leftmost northern shadow. Uses a bonus action to shadow step behind Roger.
My turn. I'll use a bonus action to Ulrich step.
Okay. He's going to make an attack against Roger.
It's worth mentioning that you don't get advantage for attacking me if I can't see you. Because of my alertness feat.
Yep. You know what? That was actually true for me too. I have alertness as well. I missed that, so I'm counting the damage. You just hit particularly well. I deflected one of your shots anyway, so it evens out in the end. All right. What's your AC?
17.
All right. First attack hits. Second attack hits. All right, 11. Two 11s, so 22 damage.
Oof.
This shadow steps forward to take the place of the other shadow, and does oh, where is it? Here it is. All right, so he's attacking Ulrich. Oh, come on, go away. I'll just move this over for a second. There we go. Ulrich, you're still at 18, right?
For AC, yeah. So, he instantly takes 5 points of cold damage when he hits me.
Actually, I rolled with the wrong weapon, so I'm going to re-roll that. He's not using his... Okay. So he still hits. So he takes 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Second hit. Misses.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll flurry of blows. Actually, hang on a sec. Let me double check something before I do flurry of blows. No, so I'm going to use my bonus action to do Stunning Strike. Or no, that's not a bonus action. So I'm using a key point to do Stunning Strike.
With that first attack?
Yes. So it's con save of 15.
Okay. 22, right. So I pass.
Very nice.
But as a monk, he should. You can either burn that key point, or you should just be able to take another slap at me.
Yeah.
Bonus action without a key point.
Yeah, I'll use my flurry of blows.
Miss.
And hit.
Takes 5 points of cold damage.
Another 5. Nice. Doesn't seem to be learning his lesson.
Some like it cold.
Alright, so for damage, we had 2 unarmed strikes hit.
Mm-hmm. Solid. Okay.
So that's 17. How you looking?
I mean, I'm looking rough, but I'm fine.
I mean, I think you've taken less damage than all of the shadows in aggregate have. But
Yep.
not by a whole lot.
The other shadow moves off of its horse. What does the lasting effect of Witch Bolt do, Zippo?
It's a constant connected beam that I can activate whenever I want to attack him on my turn. And if the spell ends, if I use my action to do anything else, or if he is ever outside of my spell range or has total cover from it.
Does he get a save every round, or does it just...
No, once it connects, it connects.
Okay.
And there shouldn't be any save. He's still within it, so once he gets over there, the beam's still connected.
I didn't save, correct? Or did
There's
I?
no save.
There's no
It's
save.
like I rolled a hit, and if I hit, it connects.
Okay. Spell ends if you use your action to do anything else, or if the target is outside the spell's range, or if it has total cover from you. Got it. All right. Belzian, you're being sneak attacked
Hello.
because you're being flanked.
That's pretty sneaky.
What's your AC?
18.
Okay. It's a miss. And a crit.
That's pretty sneaky.
All right, so 13 plus 10. 23 damage.
Ouch.
All right, Ulrich. Up to you.
Yep. Ulrich is going to do 2 things. So he is going to he's first going to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
as a bonus action. So that's going to appear right next to, in that little space between.
What's the form of your
Belgian
spiritual weapon?
I think it'd just be like a floating axe. Like a woodcutter's axe. And when that's cast,
Where are you putting it? There?
right between Belzian and Yarvik.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. And let's see.
It is now yours.
Excellence. It's going to make a melee attack against the shadow it's near. And it is going to be a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay. I'm sorry. I guess it did technically roll when I cast it for 14.
Okay. 14 misses.
Yeah. We'll do that. But it's out. It's about. It's now something to be an issue with. And then
Roger, did I miss attacking you last round?
You hit me twice.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
the one that went first.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
shadows.
Yeah, I went south to north. Or north to south, I mean.
All right. Ulrich is going to attack his shadow with a his mace, but he's also going to, before I know the result of this roll, I'm going to use a feature called Guided Strike, which uses my Channel Divinity. It adds plus 10 to my attack, so it's now a 20 instead of a 10.
It's now a 20 instead of a 10 for damage.
To hit.
To hit, okay.
Yeah.
20 hits.
My hits? Okay, cool. So he is also expending spell slot to add on some of that good smiting damage. And the Divine Smite, he is burning his second level spell slot for that. And it's going to put it at, I believe, 3d8 extra radiant damage on top of the base 1d6 plus 5 bludgeoning damage. It did not roll damage, so I'll just roll that all. So 8 bludgeoning plus 3d8 radiant damage for a total of 15 damage on this.
Very nice.
First hit, and then he'll come in for that second hit. 16.
16 misses.
Okay. Oh, and that ends his turn.
I believe middle shadow's the one that is reactionless for a little while.
God, how many shadows do we have now?
That is true, actually. I did forget that you had taken his reaction away. And knowing that, I actually would like to use my movement.
Okay.
It's 1, 2, 3. Hey, look who's being flanked.
The flanker becomes the flanked.
And that is Ulrich's turn.
Okay.
Oh, as he gets back there, he's like, I'm behind you now, bitch. I don't know why I said that. All right.
That's what my character would do.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. I'm going to take a legendary action at this point to this shadow takes a shadow step and appears right here. Makes an attack against Roger. All right. Roger, how you looking right now?
I'm pretty hurt, but I still have my uncanny dodge.
Okay. So, can you be sneak attacked now that I have somebody within.
I believe that's how that works.
Okay, so these will be sneak attacks.
I'll almost certainly be using my uncanny dodge on one of these.
Okay, so first attack. It's an 11. Second attack is a 13.
I'll go ahead and use my reaction to half the damage of the second attack.
All right, down to 7. Is that how?
Depends on whether you round down or up.
I think you always round up, don't you?
3.5 was 100% always round down, but this is not 3.5.
Shade. What do you usually do? What you're more familiar?
I had to deal with a cat.
Oh, you're fine.
What happened?
So he halved the damage, but it was 13. So is that a 7 or a 6?
Oh, it's if he's having, it's a 7.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. So
That's wild.
18 damage.
All right. I am still alive, but we're not looking good.
All right.
The 6 that I reduced that by did actually keep me above 0.
Good. All right. Ulrich went. Roger, it's your turn.
Huh. I'm not sure if I can actually outrun these guys. So I can disengage, move, and attack, and hope that somebody can heal me. But if they gang up on me again, I'm just going to go down. Alternately, I can disengage and book it. And I think they still get to catch up with me because monk movement speed is ridiculous. And he's got rogue level, so he's got the bonus action movement too. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to disengage
Okay.
for my bonus action. And we're going to move over here, so I've got flanking on this guy with Belzian. And I'll stab him.
I think for flanking, you need to be.
Nope.
So
Nope.
for sneak attack, you're fine, but for flanking, isn't it? You need to have the line through.
I wasn't aware that there was any special advantage.
Yeah, you're
for
fine.
flanking.
Yeah, we talked about adding flanking to as a house rule, but yeah, you're good. It's round down. Okay, all right. So it is 6, not 7. So
Right.
add
I
one
will
back.
gain one hit point. Just one, not more than one. Yeah, I'm gonna stand over here and stab this guy.
Okay.
Without advantage, but with sneak attack. Assuming that roll 20 decides to pass the roll along.
Sometimes it takes a minute, or you have to click on it. That's a hit.
All right. 10 piercing damage and 11 sneak attack damage, so 21.
Okay.
That extra roll is there for.
Just keep clicking it over and over again because it's not showing up
Click, 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 click.
on On mine, I have to watch the entire dice animation.
So you were attacking with your rapier. So you switched from your bow, I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
Stabbing this guy right here.
This one right here. He goes down.
Good.
So this.
Promise to Marius fulfilled.
So this Gerard cries out in pain. Sounds very much like Gerard, and then fades into darkness and disperses. Little pieces of it running off in every direction.
That wasn't the one that Zippo had chain bolt, right?
That was the one that had the reaction block.
Gotcha.
I think this one is the bolted one.
Yeah, it should be this one right here where my arrow is at.
Yes.
I guess asking that after I've committed to attacking he's already died is a little too late.
Quick, revive him.
Quick, wait, no. I didn't want to attack the one we had guaranteed damage on. That's my turn. I guess I have what? I have a few more squares of movement. Yeah, we'll spend the rest of my movement booking it over here to Ulrich.
Okay. Yarvik.
I'm gonna take aim at the southernmost Gerard and try another snarling strike. So I got to do an attack first. Hold on.
That's a miss.
All right, just try one more time.
That's a hit.
All right, hold on.
However, Shadow snatches it out of the air and returns fire at you. He seems to keep doing that to you.
Stop shooting him. Just stab him.
So my question is, so the spell only works if it connects, correct? So, yeah. I was curious, would the ensnarling strike work back on you, like if I hit you? But I don't think so. 23 hits, correct?
Yeah.
7 damage.
You're gonna have to change it. I can't put it on my sheet, remember?
Okay. All right. Updated. Well, the good news is you didn't end up having to use a second level spell.
Yep. So I guess.
So that's something we'll talk about later. For today, that's how it's going to go. But I think if you try using a spell and it doesn't work, I think usually that means it gets used up anyway. But we'll talk about that another time. For now, this is fine how it is. Anyway, continue.
Nope, that's it. I'm good.
Okay, not moving, nothing else.
Gonna move back to the horse. And that's it.
Okay. Belzian.
Belzian. Can Belzian hold his turn for later in the round?
You got 2 people left in the round. Who are you waiting for?
Between Zippo and Jordan.
Okay. So, generally speaking, for delaying rounds in 5e, what it is you prepare you ready an action. But I'm fine with you just delaying your order, but that'll make it permanent. So you'll be between Zippo and Jordan from now on. Is that fine?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Zippo.
I'm just gonna have the Witch Bolt activate again.
Okay.
So if you wanna roll the damage for me, oh, can I click it? It didn't do anything. Dang it! I thought when I clicked it, it would load it, but it didn't.
So 1d12.
2d12. This is the second
Oh
one.
yeah, second level. You're right. I'll just roll the second time. So 9 plus 2 plus 3.
11.
So 14?
Yep.
Okay.
It's my turn. Well, actually, no, I have movement. I'll move a little bit closer. 5 feet closer, just to be safe. That'll be my turn.
Belzine?
Smacking a shadow doesn't get rid of the Witch Bolt, I don't think.
No, it's only if he gets out of the way or gets total cover.
Yeah. Let's say I could yell something like Leroy Jenkins and then just run in there and start slapping this MF. Or attempting to slap.
First attack misses, second attack hits.
Oh, bam. Can I expend a key point to make it a stun?
I don't know, can you?
No, I'm trying to click on the thing. Waiting for it to catch up. Should
So-
be able to.
You're doing
When
a
you hit-
stunning strike, so I need a con save, correct?
Yeah, the C15.
I'm stunned.
Get stunned! And I actually misread the flurry of blows thing. It is 2 flurries of blows.
Alright.
Yeah. We're gonna do that too.
Ding, ding, ding. You know what? I should be having music in this fight. Right? This is like
It's spooky silent.
yeah.
I think one of the flurries of blows hits.
Oh, I have the perfect one. There we go. Alright, so you said one of the flurry blows hits? Yep. So you have one unarmed strike that hit. You did stunning strike with that one. But you still need to roll damage.
It was a 7, and the other one is 8.
Okay, so 15.
Yeah. And the flurry of blows also can add an effect. And, how do I make it show up there? I have too many windows open. One second. No, that's not it. Whatever I posted in chat last time. I'm gonna try to push Shadow 10 feet away. If Shadow succeeds.
This one?
Strength saving throw. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's not like into the. I don't know if that's just trees or leaves on the ground. I can't really tell.
So strength saving throw, you said. Alright, 26.
He doesn't move at all. And that's on that turn.
Alright. Alright. So, I'm going to use a legendary action. The shadow farthest to the north begins doing his quick step, moving back and forth quickly, and suddenly next to him, a third shadow once again appears. Jordan's turn. Jordan's feeling a little bit more frisky. Since all three of them are kind of grouped together, he's gonna do Oh wait, he has to be there, doesn't he? Wait. You create a burst of thunder so they can be heard up to 100 feet. Okay, yep. He's creating a thunderclap right in between the three of them. So each of them has to succeed on a Constitution. Oof. Alright, Constitution is 15. They all make it. Alright, so it was a good thought, but he didn't hit any of them. Alright, so he's also gonna move up and be next to Yarvik. Which brings us back to the top of the round. However, it is 10:53. So, I know we have a hard cap on 11 o'clock, so I'm thinking that we end it on a cliffhanger at the top of the round. What do you guys think?
Makes sense to me.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
It's only 8 p.m. here. Come on.
Time zones aren't a thing.
Time zones?
Alright, so a arduous battle indeed. It seems like everybody has gotten hit in some way. So nobody's been left out of the damage pool this time around. Although, actually, Jordan, I think, has escaped it so far because he's been, like, super, like, in the background. I don't know, maybe some of these abilities are kind of giving you some insight as to how Shadow might have accomplished some of the things in the past. But ultimately, I hope you guys enjoyed the combat so far. And we will be back next week next week, but in 2 weeks to finish the fight one way or the other. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at 7-ish p.m. on. Let's see, what's the date for that? It is
The 8th of
the
March.
8th of March. Yeah. All right. Well, is everybody good with that? 8th of March?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine.
All right. Sounds good. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us out there in Twitchland. Have a good night.
Bye, Twitch.
Night Twitch.
Good night.
Good night.
We'll miss you, Twitch.